Russian President Vladimir Putin is coming to India on 4th December. This will be Putin's first India visit after the Ukraine war began. Putin last came to India in 2021. The geopolitical scenario at that time was completely different. Then in February 2022, the Ukraine war began. Since then, global power equations have changed. Economic sanctions have been imposed on Russia. Energy markets have shifted, and India-Russia relations have taken a new direction. Now, after 4 years, Vladimir Putin is coming to India for the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit. A lot will be on the table in this summit. A wide range of issues will be discussed between the two countries, from energy and defense to trade and investment. Both countries will try to take the relations to the next level. Naturally, discussions will include the key issues that are creating pressing challenges and slowing down India-Russia economic cooperation. How these challenges can be solved, how long-term energy collaboration can be boosted, how defense and industrial ties can be expanded, and how new areas can be explored where both countries can work together. Basically, in a world that is becoming more unpredictable day by day, both countries want to future-proof their relationship. So this visit by Russian President Vladimir Putin will not be merely symbolic, it will be strategic. Because if you look at its timing, the global order is being reshaped. And at such a time, India and Russia are trying to redefine their decades-old partnership. Since the Ukraine war began in 2022, India and Russia's partnership has become much stronger in one sector. That sector is the energy sector. After the Ukraine war started in 2022, there was chaos in the global energy markets. In such a situation, India's energy equation with Russia changed. Before the war, Russia was not a major supplier of crude oil to India. But after the war began, Russia offered oil to India at discounted prices to sustain its war economy. India grabbed this opportunity, and as a result, Russia became the largest source of crude oil for India. So after the war began, a dramatic shift was seen in the energy relationship between India and Russia. It wouldn't be wrong to say that the energy sector became the main driver of India-Russia relations. Heavy economic sanctions were imposed on Russia. But the interesting thing is that, despite multiple rounds of Western sanctions, Russian oil kept coming to Indian refineries. Tankers kept arriving. Somehow through different channels, Russian oil found its way into India. When national interests align, solutions eventually emerge. However, now things are becoming a bit complicated. This is because US President Donald Trump targeted Russia's biggest oil companies, Rosneft and Lukoil. Sanctions were imposed on them. These two companies dominate Russian oil exports. So sanctions on them created a challenge for India as well. It became difficult for Russia to arrange supplies. Supply routes have now become tricky. India also fears secondary sanctions. So both countries realized that if they want to keep their oil connection alive, they will now have to recalibrate the entire supply chain. Some new channels will have to be explored to evade sanctions. Some smart and indirect methods will have to be found. New intermediaries, new trading companies, and innovative workaround mechanisms will have to be identified. If Western sanctions close old routes, then we'll have to find new ones. Because India has made it clear that it will not bow down to any country on issues related to national interest. Indian companies will continue purchasing oil from non-sanctioned Russian companies. Yes, purchases from Russian companies under sanctions will have to be cut down. This will continue until a workaround mechanism is found, because India will not step back from its partnership with Russia due to American bullying. And Russia also understands India's value as an energy customer. Russia wants India to remain its long-term customer, because India's oil purchases help stabilize Russia's budget. They help diversify Russia's export market. And with India's help, Russia can also reduce its growing dependence on China. Because of the recent American sanctions, a temporary disruption has occurred in the oil trade. Both countries will try to bypass these sanctions through new operational channels so that business continues as usual like before. No harm should come to this mutually beneficial engagement. Both long-term all-weather allies will definitely find some way. So energy will be a major point of discussion during Vladimir Putin's India visit. After this, there will also be discussions between India and Russia in the civil nuclear energy sector. India and Russia are serious about increasing nuclear cooperation. Russia's state nuclear corporation, Rosatom, has given some attractive proposals to India. There are some interesting ideas on the table, such as small modular reactors. Rosatom is offering to build nuclear plants for India. There is a very good offer of localization in this. This means that for these nuclear projects that will be built in India, Their parts will also be manufactured within India. Small modular reactors can be installed at locations where old coal plants will be phased out or where the grid is weak. It takes many years to build large nuclear power reactors, but small modular reactors are much smaller. They can be manufactured in a factory. They can also be transported. So these compact and flexible modular reactors can be taken to places where traditional nuclear plants cannot be built. Small modules can be manufactured and transported. Then engineers can assemble them on site like Lego blocks. So units can be added according to demand. This means it is a flexible reactor that is small in size, modular, has fast construction, has no delays, and also has higher safety. It automatically cools down without human intervention. With their help, India can reduce its dependence on fossil fuels. India can achieve its net zero climate goal by 2070. These small modular reactors can be installed in India's remote and difficult regions, such as the Northeast or the island territories. These reactors can support our industrial corridors where stable power is required. So for all of this, Russia can prove to be a very important partner for India, because Rosatom has decades of practical experience in small reactors. Russia's nuclear icebreaker fleet uses them. India can use Rosatom's experience according to its needs. Secondly, India has one of the largest thorium reserves in the world. So with the help of Russian expertise, India can also build thorium-based small modular reactors. This will allow us to use our strategic asset thorium. We can enhance our energy security. We can accelerate our clean energy transition. So there is a lot of scope for India and Russia's partnership in civil nuclear cooperation. Now when India-Russia partnership is being discussed, it is impossible not to talk about defense. So during Vladimir Putin's visit, there will definitely be discussions on defense cooperation. India is already using Russian-made S-400 defense systems. During Operation Sindoor, these systems proved their worth. The Russian-made S-400 defense systems are a strong pillar of India's air defense network. After the S-400, Russia's next-generation air and missile defense system is the S-500. There may be talks between India and Russia to jointly produce the S-500. Discussions on this have been taking place since 2021. Russia has already said that India could be the first foreign customer of the S-500 defense system. However, considering the Ukraine war and Russia's own defense needs, exports of the S-500 will take time. But the idea is still in the picture. Since Putin is visiting, there may also be discussions on the Su-57 fighter jet. At present, India is viewing the Su-57 as a stopgap option to address the shortage in its fighter squadrons. Russia wants to grab this opportunity. This is why Russia has said that it is even ready for unrestricted technology transfer. It is also ready for production of these jets on Indian soil. So India can consider this. After Putin's visit, India and Russia's defense ties may regain momentum. Stalled projects may pick up speed again. Trade and industrial cooperation may also get a push. India will want greater access to the Russian market. We want to boost our exports in all sectors, including machinery, telecom equipment, chemicals, food products and pharmaceuticals. There has been a massive surge in Russia's oil supply to India, but India's exports to Russia are still lagging. We have not yet achieved our potential. So India has the opportunity during Putin's visit to fix this imbalance and create a more equal and diversified trade relationship. Along with this, banking and financial integration can also be considered. Many major Russian banks are expanding their operations in India. Both countries are serious about rupee-ruble trade to mitigate risks. They want to settle bilateral trade in their national currencies. This will give both countries greater autonomy and protect us from sanction-related disruptions. So there can be discussions on this subject as well. The Central Bank of Russia is planning to open a representative office in India. This will accelerate the integration of payment systems. It will smoothen financial messaging networks. All of this forms the backbone of long-term economic cooperation. So during Putin's visit, we may see the announcement of many new investment projects, joint ventures, and co-production initiatives. India is trying to set up a urea manufacturing plant in Russia. This will provide us with a stable and long-term supply of fertilizers. Russia is a major producer of fertilizers. So this is absolutely necessary for India's agricultural security. There may also be discussions on this. Then there can be talks on maritime cooperation as well. India and Russia can collaborate in crew training. They can jointly undertake shipbuilding. They can partner in ocean exploration. So during this visit, several agreements will be announced. Many of them will be big and symbolic, meant to show that India-Russia partnership is resilient, and many agreements will be deliberately kept low profile so that they do not come under the sanctions radar. Overall, India and Russia, as all-weather allies, want to navigate geopolitical headwinds together. They want to navigate the rapidly shifting US-China great power competition. They want continuity and stability in their partnership. They want to mitigate external pressures. During Vladimir Putin's visit to India, efforts will be made to achieve all of this. There will be an attempt to revitalize the India-Russia partnership.